true.
Please describe in graphic detail how...
Relevance?
Your Honor, clearly the ravenous appetite with which she ate the meat leads credence to our theory that she charged herself with meat in order to bring on her own psychosis.
Objection, Your Honor. We cannot testify or claim to know the mental state of someone while they're eating meat.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Sustained.
All right, leave out the salacious graphic detail.
Jeremy has a voracious appetite. She's into Atkins. Flip her metabolism over into ketosis. I thought that made her breath smell like acetone. So I kept serving her slab after slab of prime, dry-aged Wagyu beef. You see, she was testing it for a restaurant. She would never serve something that she wouldn't approve of herself. It's one of the things I love most about her.
Is it true also, sir, that the night of the murder, after she gorged herself on meat, you saw her exit the premises with this expression on her face?
I'm sorry, I was looking away. Can you do that? I'm canny.
How long have you known your wife?
7 years.
In that time,
12 months. That's 8 years. We went through the last year once only. 6 days, 4 hours, 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
in that time, is it fair to say that when you've seen your wife make that face before, she always followed it with an action of evil?
No, it's usually just a klutz.
Sir, is there anything else you would like to say to your wife, whether it's relevant or not to this case? A little leeway, Your Honor.
I made you. You and I together built that restaurant, and you turned your back on me. Now look at you.
No further questions.
Office of the District Attorney. Well, counselors, I was in the back of the courtroom today.
And? You did a good job?
Well, I think you're 90% of the way there. I mean, the video clearly establishes that Jeremy Irons is the murderer, and you did a good job showing evidence that she was aware of her meat-induced psychosis.
She ate enough meat to turn herself into a weapon.
Huh. There's still one thing I think you're missing if you want to get a conviction from this jury.
I don't see it, Franklin. What?
Well, we know. She was a lover to John Doe. They spent hours in the freezer. Why did she kill him? Why would she kill someone that she was having a torrid affair with? What's her motive?
I'm saying I think it's because John Doe was getting back together with his wife. Classic jealousy.
It's not enough for you to be saying that. I think we need to hear her say it. I know it might be a bit unorthodox, but I think you need to get her on the stand.
She's right. Or he's right. I've been feeling a little bit weary. I kind of believe her.
Believe her?
I kind of believe that maybe it was an accident. I think she was used as a weapon.
You believe her? Or you're going soft on the defense because...
I'm not... Don't bring him up.
You think I didn't overhear that conversation by the hot dog stand? Where is your sympathy, Vicky?
You've got a job to do. You can't let personal emotions get in the way.
I'm not. Call her on the stand. I'll get it out of her.
New York State Supreme Court. Mrs. Doe on the stand.
Mrs. Doe, thank you for being here. Can you address the jury and state where you were the night before your husband was murdered?
I was at home doing his laundry.
Where were you before? Were you not at the Iron Chef restaurant with him?
It was our 3-year anniversary. Yes, he had taken me there to Iron Chef because he said that they make the best porterhouse.
And when you were there, did you notice anything between the defendant and your husband?
Yes, I did. I noticed that they would be sneaking wistful looks across the room to each other. I noticed that she sent over a free bottle of champagne. I noticed that he got this silly, giggly look on his face when he saw her. The look he never gave to me.
And how did that make you feel?
Jealous? Angry?
Were you aware of any specific condition from the defendant?
What kind of condition?
Meets psychosis. And I asked this because, funny, as I was looking through the phone records, it seems that you and the defendant had quite the friendship. How many calls do you see here over the past 2 months?
More than I can count. They say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. If I kept tabs on her, I knew, well, at least my husband wasn't out with some other floozy.
Where were you on the night of your husband's murder, around 3 p.m.? Somewhere near the Iron Chef?
Somewhere on that street, yes.
And in this Exhibit B, is it true that you purchased a porterhouse steak for $84.23? Very expensive steak.
Yes, that was me.
And who did you share that steak with? Was it the defendant? You are under oath.
Yes, it was.
So is it true that you purposely fed a porterhouse steak to the defendant in order for him to kill your husband?
I found the ring in his coat jacket, okay? He was going to propose on top of the Empire State Building. The ring was there, a beautiful diamond, and inside the engraving, Jeremy and Johnny forever. He didn't even let me call him Johnny.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, in light of this new testimony, the defense has no questions on it.
Would you like to proceed to closing arguments?
I
Are
will.
you ready?
Your Honor, at this point, we would like to drop charges against the defendant and bring charges against Mrs. Doe.
The trial of Mrs. Doe, New York Supreme Court.
Please, we call the defendant to the stand. Well, it's been 6 months of this trial. It's all but certain that you fed steak to a woman you knew would go ahead and kill your husband, who you had reason to want dead. Yes or no, is that true?
Yes.
When you found out that he was dead, what face did you make?
Your Honor, I'd like us to proceed to closing arguments, please.
She's guilty.
Not guilty.
Members of the jury. I haven't had a good vegan cheeseburger in 6 months. I am extremely hungry. And if I have to hear about meat one more time, I may cry. So I'm asking you to give me a verdict right now by a round of applause. If you believe that this woman is guilty, please clap now. If you believe she is not guilty, please clap now. I'd like to thank you for your time. You have been found guilty and must be taken away to jail.
The offices of District Attorney Jonathan Steele and Vicki Burke.
Well, counselors, in the case of the meat psychosis, I have to say, well done.
Thank you. We have a lot of chairs. Vicki, I'm sorry about that nonsense I pulled over you and Crofton. I know you're a professional.
I'm a professional. But I have to admit, it was getting to me a bit.
Tell me.
I mean, he was flirting with that witness on the stand. I got jealous.
You do have feelings for him, don't you?
Feelings, hatred, love, it's all the same, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, Vicki. Why don't we go out to dinner? I'll buy you a steak.
Maybe a porterhouse.
The end. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater, and that is
Ben Piper.
Elisa Avino.
Justin Carnes.
Adrian Bosada.
Geraldine Carlin, Valerie Regalia, Rachel Kumar,
Adam Littleyan.
Eileen Tumlin.
Lynn Shields.
Griffin Beer.
Ross to the Rock Show.
And you are the most awesome audience in the whole world. Give yourself a Tonight's sound and music was engineered and created by Rusty Draksha. The set was designed and built by Eileen Tumlin and Adam Littleyan. Folks, this was the world debut of Improvised Law and Order. We've never done it before. You're the first audience to see it. Thank you so much for being here. If you had fun and you want to see us again, we have 7 more performances of the show. We're here tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sunday matinee, and then next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. Come back, tell your friends. Your word of mouth is our greatest form of advertising, and we appreciate you spreading the word very, very much. If you think improv looks like fun, it really is. If you're wondering, can I do that? Yes, you can. We teach classes. I personally teach improv classes at the Walnut Creek Arts and Rec Center. Our next full 8-week session of beginning improv classes starts in March. If you're interested, go on the website of the Walnut Creek Arts and Rec Center and take a class with me in Synergy Theater. We'd love to see you there. If you enjoy podcasts, we also have a great podcast that we'd love to tell you about. It's called Improv in Practice with Synergy Theater, where we interview people who take our classes and other improv practitioners around the world, and we talk about the nexus between improv and life. It's a fascinating podcast hosted and produced by Sarah Wilson. So go ahead and take a look online and find Improv in Practice with Synergy Theater. Now, in April, we're going to be right back here again with a brand new show, and that is Improvised Dungeons and Dragons. That's being created and directed by Adrian for us. So come on back and see that show. We'd appreciate it very, very much. On your way out, if you stop to wonder, gosh, are they a 501c3 charitable organization? The answer is yes, but wait, does that mean I can make a donation to them and they would appreciate it? The answer is yes. There's a bucket out there. If you have a couple of extra bucks and you don't mind giving it to us, we would appreciate it very, very much. If you want to write us a check and send it in the mail, there are some envelopes and you can take that and donate to that to us that way as well. If you have a friend in the cast and you want to say hello, give us about 10 minutes. We'll be out by the stage door. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. Good night.